ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Sib Unc podcast, season 2,
Yeah,
episode 1, take 2.
me too.
I am Unc.
And I'm Sib, and I have returned.
You are
Uh,
back. We are back.
We're back.
So we recorded our first episode last week, but we had a little bit of technical difficulties, right?
Well,
Basically, we couldn't use our recording due to one thing or the other. But we're here.
Mhm.
We're back.
We're back.
We're gonna re-record because
Yep.
I know some of our fans are waiting. So I'm excited.
Well,
Are you excited?
I am very, very excited.
All
It's
right.
been
Well,
too
on it's been too long. I agree because there's been so much happening
yes.
around us. We'll get a little bit into that
Yeah.
as we go into the show. But on today's episode, we're gonna review what's been going on with us. Things are new things in our life, new activities, new people. And then also we're gonna look at the Afcon. We'll look at some predictions. I said I know you're good for one or two terrible predictions. So we'll take those. We'll look at winners and losers. And then we'll also look at the story of our favorite goalkeeper, Andre Onana. What?
Andre
What?
Onana.
What? Why you should keep... Anyway, and then also, we'll take a run at the top 5 leagues around the world.
Yep.
We'll look at the Asian Cup, see what's going on there. A couple of upsets going on there right now. I'm loving it. We'll talk a little bit about Arsenal. We have to see what's going on there. And then we'll talk about our surprise of the season so far. And then also we'll give out some flowers. But first, we will talk about the best award
The
that
best award.
Messi just won.
Messi just won.
So you ready, buddy? You ready to get this season 2 on the show on the road?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Let's go. Okay. So let's start. I said, the best award that Messi just won.
Let's see.
What is your say? What is your say? I need you to break it down for me.
Okay. I probably have to explain to this guy about his best award.
Okay. No, you don't need to explain it. I'm just saying. I know what it is. I'm just saying. Messi winning it. How do you feel about that? And then also, if you didn't think Messi should have won, who do you think should have won?
First of all, the person that probably should have won it was probably Holland. He scored like
Okay.
1,000 goals in a year. It's crazy.
Is this true?
Very true. And Messi won this award based on what he did in 2023. And
Right.
pretty sure I've seen a statistic that he scored 21 goals for PSG and 11 for Inter Miami in 2023.
Mhm.
Think about it.
But
He won the
but does
in
does
2020.
does Inter Miami count? Does they really count? Because they're technically not even the top 10 league in the world.
Well, I
So
would consider
do they
MLS.
count? What'd you say?
I don't think. I consider MLS like 10th in top 10 leagues in the world.
There's
This
no
is
way you can. There's no way you can consider MLS top 10.
Premier League, and then it's La Liga, and
Uh
then
huh.
it's Bundesliga, then
You
like Portuguese league. The Ligue 1 isn't even that good. Ligue 1's like maybe 6th. Probably put
so
Eredivisie, Dutch league.
so so where's the Italian league?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was like thinking Premier League.
Because you did not have Italian league in Serie A in any of that top 5. So I'm gonna let you start over with that one. So go ahead and start that top 5 again.
It's Premier League, and then it's La Liga, and then it's Serie A, and then it's the Bundesliga, and then it's the Portuguese league. Portuguese league is actually pretty good, pretty competitive. Good players there. And then it's the Eredivisie, which is the Dutch league over the Netherlands, and then finally Ligue 1, and then who come after that? I don't know. What other good leagues are there?
Let's look at the leagues that are in the Champions League. The Belgian league is not too bad.
Yeah, I think Belgian league's pretty. It's like Belgian league's probably like.
So you think
7th?
you think you think you think that's you think MLS is better than that?
No, I said MLS is like 10th in the world.
Okay, so which leagues are MLS better than?
Let's see. The
Maybe
Romanian.
the Saudi Pro League.
Oh, yeah, oh, Saudi Pro League ain't even that good. Like Saudi Pro League, it's just money. It's not even a
It's just
league.
money. That's correct. That's correct. Anyway,
Like,
yeah. Okay.
when
So
I think
this
you need to run around with like Saudi farmers or something. Something
so
like that.
this award that Messi won.
Yes.
Um, and I read somewhere that he hasn't even said anything about it. No thank you, no post, no nothing. He basically
Even there.
doesn't care for it. Sorry,
He wasn't even there.
he wasn't even there. So I think sometimes people get caught up in magic. Yes, it's Messi magic, absolutely. But I think sometimes people get caught up in what somebody has done, and I think he wins this title strictly only on because they won the World Cup. And people are still a little bit nostalgic about that. So, is it great? I don't know. I don't really think it's an important award. I think it's just I don't know. I'm not really big on the award anyway, so I don't even think he should have won the Ballon d'Or. So,
Yeah. I know.
if he shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or, then there's no reason because it would look weird if he wins the Ballon d'Or and then somebody else wins the best award, right?
Yeah.
I do think Haaland should be recognized more because I think what he is doing right now is so different and
Yeah.
he's so dangerous, and any team you put Haaland on any team and he automatically makes them 5 times better than what they were before.
Please put
So
Holland out, please.
what'd you
I need
say?
to score. I said Arsenal need to score goals. We'll put Holland
Yeah,
out.
yes, man. Listen, Arsenal could use one of those right now. Anyway, all right. So moving forward, right? I guess I want to reshuffle a little bit. I want us to talk about Afcon a little bit. Um,
Afcon.
because there's been some. I was thankful I get to work from home and I got to watch some of the games.
Okay.
I have a little bit of issue with Afcon. Some of the
Mm,
fields are awful.
I can tell.
Some of the fields is
I can see bounce
they
spots
are
from my field. Just bounce
they
spots.
are awful, right? And I think we should do better. I think they can do better. But I think the fields are awful, and it doesn't look like it's selling out. I just the stadiums don't look
Yeah. Empty.
full. Yeah, the stadiums are empty. There's no energy, and I just feel like it could be so much better. You know,
Good.
it could be so much better. So, I think the play on the field is good. You look at a team like Cape Verde. Shout out to Cape Verde, by the way. They're
Yeah.
killing it.
Killing it right now.
But I just didn't. It's almost like only the teams with the big stars on it get
Yeah.
the highlights, the media attention, like the Egypt, the Moroccos, Ivory Coast are going home. They're not making it past the group stage
Well,
unless
I mean,
something miraculous happens in 2 days from now where they win their game and then either Nigeria or what's the name of the Guinea loses.
Ecuador.
And I mean, there's chance. Let's put it this way: there's chance, but they also need to score a lot of goals because they're behind. So,
Yeah. I mean, you're
uh,
only down by one,
they're down by one
right?
goal. You said? I think
You
so,
think
but
they're
I
down?
mean, well, I don't know. But whatever the case is, for the host company, the host country, it's bad. It's bad look. And for some reason, I was getting the hype that they were gonna be really good, and
Yeah.
I actually looked at the team, and I realized they're not that good. They're not deep. They're not that
They
good.
have,
They only have. Can you say that again?
they have like some holes in some places.
Yeah, they absolutely do. But yeah. So with that being said, prediction time.
Prediction.
Who do you predict is winning the Afcon?
Yeah, Afcon. So first prediction is obviously Morocco. And for listeners that listen to season 1, you'll know. If I believe in Morocco, Morocco's gonna go far.
Okay, okay. I can't dispute that because you did say that during the World Cup. So, but I
Morocco are
also
going.
did warn you. I also did warn you that the Afcon and the World Cup are very different,
Yeah, I know.
right? Um,
But if
so
you think,
I
you said that Afcon's like a very, very like dirty, very, very slow paced tournament, right?
mhm.
If you remember, Morocco put like 7 people at the back during the World Cup. So just think about it, right? 7
This is
people at the
true.
back, and like Afcon, the teams aren't as good, so they be able to push more players forward. And if they
Yeah,
got to the second of the World Cup, then they'll do well. So
true.
they'll do well. I think Morocco. I'm not
Okay.
sure. They'll win
Hmm.
go the entire thing, but I think they'll go pretty far.
Okay. So if you
Yeah.
had to pick, let's say if there was any other team that could potentially win it apart from Morocco, who else would you pick?
The other team that I believe could go all the way and win it is the returning champions, Senegal.
That is my pick.
I was trying to figure out the name for the Lions
Y-
thing. I can't
Yeah,
remember what.
you know what's shocking about that team is the coach benched 3 players that play in either in the top 5 leagues in the world and put in guys that are like 20, 21-year olds, and you see how much work
It was a
those
lot of
boys
work.
were doing in the midfield. I think if anything, that they struggle with a little bit is in the back, but they're really good. Their midfield and forwards, they work. So
Yeah.
I think Senegal can definitely shock the world.
Yes.
Um, but I don't even call it shock anymore because they were the returning champions anyway.
Yeah.
But I think they can do a double. I can see them winning. I will say the dark horse in this competition is Nigeria. You know why I say that? I watched their last game against Ivory Coast. Now,
Mm,
granted, we said Ivory Coast isn't really good, but one thing that surprised me, I didn't really think their defense was that good. But
mm.
shout out to Ola Aina, shout out to Ekong. They played, and I think they actually found a goalie. The goalie that played, I don't remember his name,
And it's
but my
Mawari or
man,
something.
yeah, that man had all the confidence in the world.
Really?
Now he wasn't really tested that much, but I would pick him over the basket that we had there before.
His
I
name was
would pick
Izzoho.
him over the back. He was, and he's claiming to be 20. Well, how old is he claiming to be? How
I
old is he
know.
claiming to
I
be?
whatever his age
That
is,
man is
whatever.
that man is at least 33 years old. That man
Bro.
is at the minimum 33 years old. So I don't I think we've gotten a goalie now. I think we have a good enough defense. Sorry?
Yeah. So I think on our goalie, new goalie's pretty young too.
Yeah, well, it says that's the age, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe that age.
Mm,
So,
he's
so I
Afcon.
I mean I think what would kill us is our midfield. We have no midfield. We have
Yeah.
no midfield. It is, it is scary.
From all the good days of John Obi Mikel.
But I don't really, the funny thing is I don't really rate him that high.
Really?
I don't I don't really rate. I think he's a serviceable player. I think the
Yeah.
reason Nigerians rate him so high is simply because we didn't have,
Uh,
proper midfield,
yeah.
you know.
Nigeria is
And
also.
I think, sorry, say that again.
I think Nigeria is missing Ndidi too. He was out through injury.
Yeah, and I think if we had him, maybe he supports that back line a little more. Now
Yeah.
granted he's playing in you know where
Championship.
the team has
Hey,
been relegated, but he's still playing well. So I think we're missing him. But one thing, the biggest disappointment I've had so far is
but
from Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the style that Nigeria's playing because he seems so isolated up top,
Waited.
and
Like
it's
so.
almost like we're sitting back and we're playing counterattack.
Yeah.
And I feel
Put
like
the pressure.
yeah, and not just that. And I feel like if we play two in the front, maybe
Yeah.
get a
Make,
second. And I think this is where we miss this kid that got out due to injury from Bayer Leverkusen. What's
um
his name?
Boniface.
Victor
Boniface.
Boniface. And I really think if we had him, because he seems to be the kind of striker where he can roam very well, can kind of
Yeah.
drop behind maybe Osimhen a little bit, and then get in behind him, like Osimhen taking the back line with him. Um,
Yeah.
so I really do feel like Osimhen needs to step up a little more. There's a lot of
Yeah.
complaining I see from him. And
Yeah.
he's missing goals.
Wow.
Bro, he's missing so much goals. It is scary. But
I
anyway,
think it's just confidence.
yeah.
Because
So
when it's going horrible for him at Napoli, so
so uh Andre Onana.
Andre Onana,
This
this
man
guy.
played for Manchester United a day before his country plays. So he plays the game,
Hmm.
flies out to the country,
Hmm.
and then his flight gets delayed, and
Hmm.
then he drives 150 miles,
Hmm.
and then he still doesn't even make it on time to play
Hmm.
for them.
Hmm.
And then to make it worse, he plays the second game and
Lose.
he lets in two goals.
Those
Lord
three.
have mercy. Was it three or was it two?
Yeah, they just
Because
lost to
when
Senegal. Yeah, it was
how
three,
much
three
by
one.
three? My Lord. He should have just stayed at Manchester United. I think he brought that bad juju from,
Yeah,
from Manchester United over. And
because he didn't
they,
the other goalkeeper.
yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And I
Yeah,
actually
bad.
think if Manchester United can just swallow their ego and
Yes,
resign, what's his name?
David De Gea.
Resign
I don't know
De
why I rid
Gea.
of him in the first.
De
Well,
Gea's still a free agent. He's still a free agent, no?
he's still a free agent.
If I'm Manchester United, right? If I'm Manchester United, I'm picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, we screwed up, and we're kind of
Yeah,
sorry. How much you want? 150, 200? Come battle
he
this
was
out
cute
with, you know."
a lot before, so he might want to ask for
But
more.
I think they have too much ego. I think
Yes,
they have too much ego. I think that's
they
not
gave
gonna
him too much.
happen, and I think it's gonna. This is true. So anyway, I think this Afcon is gonna be interesting. There's a lot of really, really, really good teams.
Did you see that
And
Salah?
I'm which one?
Did you see that Salah got injured?
I didn't get to watch that one. I've been so busy today. But the first thing I saw on my phone when I logged into Twitter was Mo Salah trending. And I think it's probably more due to Liverpool fans crying
Yeah,
than Afcon teams. Because as good as Salah is sometimes, I think in the first game I watched, I think
he's not in good
Egypt has enough.
Egypt.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because what you see in Afcon and sometimes in the Asian Cup is all these really good individual players when they play
Yeah,
for their clubs. When they go to the country, they struggle. So you know, as an Arsenal fan, not that I'm wishing injuries on him, but I think we can use a little bit of help. So he can sit out a couple games and they can
he'll
struggle a little
probably come
bit. I
back.
don't mind.
Probably come back during Afcon if Egypt go through. So like it kind of be like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
but if I am Liverpool, I'm calling them and being like, just sit him out. Just let him rest. Yeah, just sit him out. But hey, anyway, next on our topic, I wanted to. Did you ever get any chance to catch the Asian Cup?
Egypt. I haven't watched it that much. The games are like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm
Yeah,
usually at school
yeah.
too.
Well, that part. But I think the one thing that I really wanted to talk about was it Iran
Iraq,
beating Iraq, beating Japan.
Japan, crazy. Japan.
I, I remember when I first saw the notification on my phone because I didn't watch it live. I went to go back and look at the highlights. I read it and it didn't make sense. Like, what do you mean Iraq came up and beat Japan?
It must
Because
be a tough, right?
Japan is a solid squad.
Very solid.
So, you
Too
know,
solid.
I and I think what I'm loving now about all this game is the same thing that happened with. I think it's akin to the Cape Verde team too. That
Yeah.
team is not afraid of anybody, and I love the fact that in Afcon we're seeing it, and in the Asian Cup we're
Yeah.
seeing it too. These boys are not afraid to play anymore. It's not like, oh, we're playing this guy, we're afraid. And I also think this is the Morocco effect. Morocco goes
Yes.
out when the World Cup balls out, shows the world, hey, we can go toe to toe with anybody. And I think a lot of these teams are drawing
Yeah.
confidence from that. And I think, as you can see with Iraq, they did not look like they were shocked that they won. They
Yeah.
looked, when I saw a lot of their celebration, it was almost like we're supposed to be doing this, right? So
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth. I think I look forward to seeing who the winner of the Asian Cup is. I think
Yeah.
eventually Japan might still win it, maybe South Korea,
Maybe. Yeah.
but what I think at the end of the day, the cream of the crop always right to the top. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said a dark horse might be Australia. You know, Australia. You
I
never know. The Aussie power.
I don't think they're good enough. I don't
Sure.
think they're there. Maybe
They did
because
all
of the
right in the
Asian
World
Cup. Yeah, no, I know, but I just still don't. I think people forget that the World Cup, the style, and I keep telling people that would listen, the style of play in the World Cup is fast, it's open,
Yeah.
right? It's more creativity and tiki taka football, right? And when
Yeah,
you
but
go
I don't
to
know
this
what the
continental, sorry,
but we don't know what the Asian. Do you know what the Asian Cup's like though? Is it the same?
like I said, I think it's still kind of similar to the Afcon, just with better field and a little bit of better, quality.
No.
It is
Okay.
still a little cagey. It's not as open as you would think.
Okay.
So take that for what it's worth. But it is quite still interesting. I think the games are getting better. Teams are not just sitting back anymore. And saying and being scared. If you can't press, a lot of teams are playing counter. Let's sit
Yeah.
back, draw them in, and over the top, or direct passes, forward. So it's changing a little bit. I really am excited for what to happen in the Olympics because the Olympics is only a couple months away too. So
Yeah. The influence.
yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. A lot of these teams are coming up, and it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire.
Yeah.
So anyway, any topics you want to talk about? You want to you want us to talk about Arsenal a little bit here? You want to talk about Arsenal a little bit?
I guess so. Austin's
Shoot,
been really
what's
depressing.
what's 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 on your mind? This is a therapy session. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
See, I swear. See, at the time of recording this, Austin's gonna play Crystal Palace tomorrow at home.
At what
Well, at
time?
home, 6:30 in the morning.
Oof. Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay.
Up,
And I'm
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 always
I'm gonna get up and
team.
watch it anyway. I see you're rocking
I'm
the
always
jersey today. So so
nice
so so
jersey.
what is so let's run an exercise, right? You're a doctor, and somebody
Okay.
brings Arsenal to you and says, "Doctor, I don't know what's wrong with him. Fix it. Go." What do you do? First of all, what's the problem? And then second, how do we fix it?
Okay. So first off, we're gonna look at Arsenal top to bottom, right? The top would be your
Mm-hmm.
forwards, and your bottom would be your feet would be the goalkeeper. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal they have feet problems, and they
Okay.
have something's wrong with their head too, like the top of their head.
Oh, okay. So we're
Like
having a goalkeeper problem and up top
the
problem.
side, so like the
Mm-hmm.
side where the side of your brain, it's functioning all right, but it's having a little bit of technical difficulties at the moment. But the
Okay.
top of your brain, like, is not functioning at all. Not working. Just not working.
Okay.
You know, like
Okay.
your abdominal places, it's working all right when it needs to do its job. It does its job sometimes, but the
Uh-huh.
feet, they're finished. All of the bones in your feet are like discombobulated. There's no
Okay.
like direct. If you step with your foot, it will move. Like you will feel the bones in your feet moving like clockwork.
I am speechless right now. I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay.
Realistically speaking, your shins would be like the back line, right? Your shins,
Mm-hmm.
they hurt sometimes because they when you slip and fall, you hurt your shins. And the
Mm-hmm.
defense has been slipping up. Obviously, on the right side of your shin, where Tomiyasu plays, it's always injured. It's not nice. It just always hurt. And then,
Ah.
the left side of your foot, the left side of your calf, it seems to go to the middle a little bit. It seems to vacate its actual job in Jacob. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Shots fired.
it's a struggle bus
Okay.
right now.
So that's the diagnosis, Dr. Sib.
Yep,
So now, how do we fix
PhD.
it?
Fix it.
How do we
First of
fix
all,
it? Mm-hmm.
so realistically speaking, um, so first get a foot transplant,
A
get a
foot
brain
transplant. Okay. Okay. So that
transplant.
means
You're gonna get
bringing a new brain in.
no, not a brain transplant. Like you need to like reorder the top of your brain and make sure
Okay.
like the side of your brain here and here. Psycho Martinelli, bro, they work. Get them back
Uh-huh.
into their mojo. The abdominal
Okay.
places gotta make sure it's always firing. Make sure they're actually doing their job. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then feet, you gotta get new feet, prosthetic feet. Like just get prosthetic feet. Ramsey.
So,
Um,
that's where I was gonna go. I was gonna say, this was a, you know, self-inflicting wound
yes,
because
you
what was
start
work.
you were kicking the ball. You're kicking it in the ball, right? Kicking the ball with your feet, right? With your feet, you're kicking the ball. But then,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you wanted to do your own thing, right? You started kicking a normal ball, and then you decided wanted to do your own thing and implement a new system. So you started to kick a concrete ball. So that's why your feet aren't working.
That is a heck of an analogy. I did not. I don't know if in 100 years I would hear it being described that way. So kudos to you. So maybe all Arsenal needed was a trip to Dubai, get a little bit of sun, some fresh
Honestly,
air.
that'd be pretty
You,
nice.
you know the reason I say that because the last time they did that, they went on like a crazy run that season, if you remember. At the
Yeah.
beginning of the season, they did the whole Dubai trip. They were there, and then they started they on fire. So, you know,
Okay.
do you think they still have a chance of winning the league?
Yeah. No.
No.
No. No. No. No. No. A close
Wow.
second, but no. 'Cause, yeah, I will do everything
Wow.
to support. But okay, let's just see. Give it 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from like the next two episodes, or two episodes from this episode, we'll see.
Yes, yes. We'll see. Okay. We'll keep it up there. All right. Well, thank you for taking our appointment, Dr. Sib, for the diagnosis and the prescription. So we need a little bit of new forehead in the middle, and the
Yep.
feet are always hurting. Maybe a change in feet, and this
Feet
maybe
trans.
the left side of the shin should go back to where it needs to go, and then
Yep.
we need the right side of our foreleg or our shin
Yeah.
to be stop hurting.
Yeah. Just to stay healthy, please,
But you know what
please.
though? Potentially there is some serviceable left side shin or right side shin that's coming back from an ACL.
Oh
And I
yes.
think and I think if
So
he
do you?
comes back, yes. And Julian
Finally,
Timber, I really think I don't expect him to come back heads on fire and playing great ball, but what I do know is he's pretty serviceable. This is his first major injury of his career. So who knows? Maybe we get an opportunity to actually get a player that's going to be, and Thomas Partey is coming back too. What I really want to
yeah,
see, what I really want to see, right? This is the lineup I'm trying to see in that middle. I want Partey, Rice, and Odegaard.
yes. See, if that would
That's what
happen,
I would
that
like to
means
see.
the abdomen would be
That means
perfect.
what?
The abdomen would be perfect.
Yeah, no, but what do we do with Kai Havertz? What
Leave him on the
happens
bench.
with Kai Havertz? Liver-
Yeah.
you're not a Kai Havertz believer?
There's two things you can do, right? You can put Gabriel Jesus on the bench or Kai Havertz on the bench.
Hmm.
Kai Havertz cannot do it. Nope, you
Yeah,
can't.
I mean, I think if Partey stays with Arsenal, I think it works. I think you bring in Partey, it helps that back line. Then our midfield
Yeah,
becomes really because Partey can pass. He can play a pass, and
yes,
we've seen that
Just-
Rice has shown the ability to drive the ball forward, right?
yes,
Be a little more forward, and I think that frees up Odegaard to really roam,
yeah.
right? So we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
This
All right.
new
Well,
how did the new implant works?
yeah, that's
Please.
we'll see. We'll give it some time. So I guess the next thing I wanted to do now is surprise of the season so far.
Rise
What
of the season.
a player,
Hmm.
a team, anything that has surprised you thus far that you're just like, I did not see that coming.
I'm gonna give you a bit of a my German this. It is
Okay,
Bayer Leverkusen
that's my
04.
pick too. Yes, that's my pick too. I am hoping
Yeah,
they stay
that
undefeated.
season.
I
That'd
am
be
hoping
crazy.
they stay undefeated
If
because
they go undefeated,
they are,
entire team's gonna get bought.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, they are playing some excellent ball. Here's the
Yes.
problem. Here's the problem, buddy. If they go undefeated, they're
Yeah.
gonna lose, and after this season, they're gonna lose their coach. They're gonna lose their
It's
midfield. They're gonna they're gonna lose their
gone.
forwards.
All
They
gone
they are going they are going to be stripped
in
of
the mud.
all the talent. So I for the sake of that, I just want them to chew it. I want them to go all the way and win. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that for that team. They
That
do
would
play
also
some
be hilarious.
fantastic ball. Oh
It'd
yeah.
be hilarious that Hurricane went there, still they win the trophy.
And still doesn't win. Take that, Tottenham fans. Um, my other surprise, and maybe I shouldn't be surprised, is Napoli. Um,
Yeah.
I
Oh my,
expected more from them,
it's a soap
but
opera and not.
it is, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they're where they are right now, but we'll see. There's still enough time in the season. They could have a comeback.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
you have no belief in them.
Oh,
All right.
I know when I
Anyway,
believe in the team. Like remember when I said back in season one when I said I had no belief in Chelsea. Remember? Where are they now?
ooh, ooh,
Where are they now?
ooh. Hey,
Where are they now?
hey, don't let TJ hear that. Don't let my
No.
friend, my
Wait,
good friend
one
TJ.
more thing for them. Chelsea has been
Uh
inducted into the mid mandems
huh. Mid-table mandems. That's the new title. Wow.
along with Crystal Palace,
Mid
Wolves. Who else mid table?
mid-table
Average mid table.
mandem.
It's
I
average mid
mean,
table team.
we can induct Man U into that because the way they're looking right now.
Mid table mandem.
Mid-table mandem. I like that. That's a good one.
Like
All right, cool.
like Liverpool and Man City, they're in the highest class. And then
Hmm.
at one point, and it's very very sad time. Arsenal was part of the mid table mandems.
Oh
You
yeah.
know
Oh no,
Arsenal.
no, it's not. We for sure. We built the house in that mid table. It's sad,
Yep.
but
And then we
but
obviously moved out, broke the house, and then we came up, to the upper class, but we dropped Chelsea because there's not enough space. So there's only one
That's
good club
true.
in London at the top now.
That's true. There's only one good club in London. We don't recognize any other club. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll see what happens within the next. I think by the end of January into February, we'll know. We'll have a better idea of who's going to really win. I do think the
Yeah,
devil in the light blue. The devil in the light blue looks very scary.
the devil in the light blue.
Um, Man City.
Oh yeah.
They,
Yo,
they,
did you see
they,
Kevin
they.
De Bruyne?
That I'm terrified. I will not lie to you. I'm terrified. He's really good.
It's like he
But
acted
anyway,
like a new,
yeah,
like with
it's
that
almost like they
hairstyle.
bought a new. It's almost like they bought a new player too. It's like because they haven't played with him in so long. It's like it's ridiculous. It's the rich gets richer. All right. So
They
we're
don't do
we're
it.
we're we're we're, we're rounding up to the end of the show. To the end of the pod, and I wanted
Yes.
to take a moment to give some flowers to people, athletes, our listeners, and I wanted to give a special shout out to John. They had a beautiful baby. I love when he always texts, like a text message from him about a certain episode, certain things that were said, how we said it. Really, really, truly appreciate the
Yeah.
support, the listen, and we wanted to congratulate them on the baby. I'm sure, and it's amazing. It's anytime you hear good news like that, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Couldn't have happened to a better
Like,
person. So
yeah.
I'm really happy for him and their entire family. So wanted to give a special shout out to him on that very first episode.
Yeah.
All right, your flowers. Who you give flowers to?
Who am I giving flowers to? Oh, well, who should I give flowers to? It's not going to Arteta. Definitely not.
Hmm.
I don't know. Who should I give flowers to? Oh, I know I'm gonna give flowers.
Mm.
She's my newest cousin,
Ooh,
baby,
baby, who? Say that again.
baby Zayan, Zayan, Zayan. He's
Yes,
the son
yes,
of
yes.
none other than Mr. Unc.
So part of why we have been off for so long and we're back now, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, there's been a lot of things that happened over the last year. One of it being the birth of my son, uh, my boy, you know, Zayan, Zayan Adam,
ZA,
ZA,
Adam.
so really, really exciting. And also, another thing that happened since the last time we spoke, I still played middle school soccer and middle school football. Now, we
I
don't
told you I
normally
made
talk
it.
about American. We don't normally talk about American football much on this show, so I wanted to ask
I-
you, how did that season go?
It was pretty good. We went
Was
17
it
and 0.
was it good? Was it good?
It was really good. We went 9 and 0.
Was
9
I
zero
said,
losses.
look at the camera and tell us it was actually good.
It was very, very good.
Your team was ass cheeks terrible. Y'all were awful. Y'all get
Wait,
ragdolled. Oh my
no, no,
god. I remember a
remember
game that I came to. I came to a game, bro. It was cold as heck. At the second quarter, y'all was down by 35. I don't know.
what? What?
Woo! You
No,
don't
no, no,
remember?
no,
You have
no, no, no.
amnesia now? You guys were. Oh my goodness.
We were only down by like 21 in one game. It's not that bad compared to 35.
That's it.
It was a
But
good
okay,
personal season though. Personal
I
season.
will ask you though. I know American football wasn't your first sport. You went out, you tried it, you liked it. This is
Pretty good.
your second season of organized football. Do you see yourself playing in high school? All right.
I'll try it out. I'll try it out in high school. I think I might
Mm-hmm.
focus on soccer in high school. So yeah.
All right. All right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying new things out, and we'll be here
Yeah.
to support you, even if you guys are terrible. Uh, but
No, we will.
we'll clap for you and still say you guys did a
I'll
good
make
job.
sure we're not terrible. I will be
You'll
the
make sure of
one.
that.
I'll make sure.
Okay. Well,
Like,
We'll come.
I'll be like, "Yeah, guys, coach is right. It's on us. We gotta
Boy,
do
if
better."
you don't be quiet. Anyway,
What?
anyway, we have now,
Oh,
unfortunately and sadly, come to the end of this pod.
oh,
And we want to thank everyone for your support.
yeah.
And we look forward to seeing what the season 2 holds in place for us.
Season
Please
two.
remember we're on all your major platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, everywhere. And now, in a couple of weeks, we're gonna be on YouTube.
Maybe
We're
on
gonna
YouTube.
be on YouTube. You're gonna get to see our beautiful faces.
You
You're
see
gonna
my
get to see
beautiful
our
face?
jersey. Oh boy,
You see my
you're gonna
you
see
see my chick?
get to see our
What?
jersey collections. And
Yep.
this is exciting.
My
And we might even bring in a guest or two. We might even
guest.
bring in some guests. I got some pretty cool people lined up. We might
Good.
bring some guests in. Yes, we might bring some guests. We're giving our fans the full show.
The full show.
Yes. Anyway, I said it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
It's
It's been
good to be
wonderful.
back. Can't wait
Back.
to watch the game tomorrow and send some text messages back and forth.
Yes.
Until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day. We love y'all. Signing out. Bye.
1,